Here's what we believe is going to happen because of autonomous ride-hailing. Well, let me set this up first. Right now, ride-hailing, not autonomous, is a $150 billion industry. And ride-hailing is or costs the consumer on average, almost $2 per mile. At scale, autonomous will cost only 25 cents per mile.
And we've just begun, and they're going to be very disruptive and maybe destructive to a lot of value spaces. Not everyone, but anyone looking at price to book, watch out for that book. It may disappear because of disruptive innovation. Anyone looking at that high dividend yield saying, I got to hold on to the stock, be suspicious of high dividend yields if that company is in harm's way. And I would say there's about 50% of the S&P 500 in harm's way.
We think it's going to scale to, in terms of revenues, from that 150 billion in terms of human-driven ride-hailing platforms to $6 to $7 trillion by 2030, with $1 trillion in operating income, roughly, which we believe by the year 2025, the market will start to discount. It will understand that autonomous is here, and it will discount such that we think autonomous taxi platforms and all of the ecosystem around them will be valued at roughly $4 trillion.
Cathie Wood believes that in the next 10 years, the associations with drone technology and autonomous driving is going to 50x. This is an incredible estimate, and her projections is that by the year of 2030, the costs associated with drone technology and hypersonic flight are going to be reduced to something of 25 cents per mile. Cathie Wood is so bullish on the undergoing change of innovation and disruptive innovation that she is bringing out a space ETF, which is going to be known as the ARC-X ETF. This is supposed to be launching on March 29th, so make sure to mark that date on your calendar because this is going to be an ETF to watch moving into the next decade. Cathie Wood believes that the industries of hypersonic flight are going to accelerate with autonomous driving and network hailing through air aviation in the coming decade, and she believes that this is a massive disruptive innovation.
And here I do have the statistic. We believe that by 2030, 19% of all food deliveries will be by drones.
Wood believes in the growth of the private side of the industry into the space sector, naming the billionaires Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Richard Branson, who have given their respective space companies SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic an absolute need for disruptive innovation as they begin to explore and experiment inside space. They believe that space tourism is going to be one of the biggest markets moving forward into the coming decade, and that is why Richard Branson at Virgin Galactic has set up plans and ideas to fly people to the moon in the next 2 to 3 years.
The bigger market, we believe, is hypersonic flight.
Going from New York to Japan in 2 hours instead of 12 to 14 hours, whatever the case may be. Time is money, and people will gladly pay $100,000 for some very important meetings they need to attend in Japan.
We believe, and we believe our estimates are conservative, that's a $270 billion market. So think about that. And drones are going to change our lives. If you think there's going to be a collapse in transportation costs, because of course drones are autonomous as well. And even the difference between remotely piloted drones and completely autonomous drones, the difference in cost to send a package 10 miles would be $7.80 per mile for the remotely operated drone versus 25 cents per mile. Now, this is all at scale. In the early days, of course, everything costs much more than that, but we're talking about scales.
Now, here is some of our work on drones. So Tasha Keeney and Sam Corris have done our work on drones. And you can see here the outcome of the collapse in costs, delivery costs that will be associated with drone technology. And again, this is the hardware costs coming down dramatically enough, and the artificial intelligence becoming sophisticated enough, not only to do autonomous vehicles on the ground, but in the air. And you can see the scaling of the businesses that we see. Parcel drones $114 billion business in 2030, $30 billion in 2025, from nothing now. The hardware sales, $25 billion in 2030, and mapping revenue. So the real opportunity will be in the delivery revenue side.
Another very interesting section in our big ideas is Orbital Aerospace. And if there's one space that we've seen all of our technologies converging, it is in Orbital Aerospace. And we think the opportunities there are vast as well.
We see two huge opportunities. Satellite enabling connectivity for the 3 billion people who do not have broadband access. And even in the United States, there are 42 million without broadband access. We think because of the drop in satellite costs and the drop in rocket launching costs.
The question really comes down to, are you investing in space? Had you heard of the ARC-X ETF? This is a global market that is set to dominate in the coming decade, according to Cathie Wood. If you did find value at any point in this video, then be sure to have smashed that like button and join us by hitting that big red subscribe button below if you did make it this far. My name is Jason, and I hope you did enjoy this video today. I'll leave you with this.
Truth will win out. Make sure you're on the right side of change, because there is so much disruption and destruction taking place out there, and it will take place at an accelerated rate during the next 5 to 10 years. So be careful and stay on the right side of change.
Let me know your thoughts below in the comments if you found this information useful, if you are investing in fact in any space ETFs, or if you are investing in individual space companies. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sticking around this far and your continued support on my channel. I hope to see you back on my channel for some more content soon on investing. Take care.